From the studios of Farm Journal Broadcast, this is U.S. Farm Report.
Welcome to U.S. Farm Report this weekend. Finally back in the studio. I'm Ty Morgan, and here's what's in store over the next 60 minutes. China's hungry for U.S. wheat, so is it changing the demand picture for grains? A look at USDA's latest reports. How to make every acre on your farm count.
We're finding a good ballpark number of about 10% of our farms are in this marginal state.
Returning back to the family's dairy farm after college, Ben Smith had big dreams and even bigger plans.
It's kind of humbling to come back and say, hey, somebody tell you need to slow your roll. Rome wasn't built in a day.
And at 31 years old, we'll tell you how this Virginia dairy farmer bought the family's operation, finding his own footing to prosper. And in John's world,
the great lemming lie.
U.S. Farm Report, presented by Pioneer. What's next happens when blood, sweat, and tears meet rain, wind, and sun. Pioneer. What's next happens here.
USDA issuing its final USDA crop reports of the year. The last time USDA released its monthly supply and demand reports, it made changes to yield that the market saw as bearish. Well, there wasn't much excitement in USDA's December reports despite weather concerns sprouting in Brazil. USDA did not make any major adjustments to the South American corn or soybean crop in those reports, only minor revisions to corn. USDA cutting its estimate for Brazil's soybean by 2 million metric tons. That now sets at 161 million metric tons. The agency left Brazil's corn production estimate at 129 million metric tons. It also made no adjustments to its estimate for corn or soybeans in Argentina. Mexico and China's recent ramped up buys of U.S. corn and wheat did prompt USDA to cut its U.S. corn ending stocks estimate by 25 million bushels in the December report. Corn ending stocks in the U.S., according to USDA's estimates, now set at 2.13 billion bushels. The agency also cutting wheat ending stocks by 25 million bushels, USDA leaving soybean ending stocks unchanged in the U.S. We'll have more analysis from the recent reports coming up in our marketing roundtables. Well, this caused the wheat market to rally this week. China making some big buys of U.S. ag, and we're not just talking about corn and soybeans. The country buying more than 1 million metric tons, or about 37.1 million bushels, of soft red winter wheat this week. Monday's buy of 440,000 metric tons was China's largest daily purchase of U.S. wheat ever. Experts say China is importing wheat after heavy rain hit key growing areas just ahead of harvest and reduced the quality of their crop. And market analysts tell us they expect more U.S. business soon, with Ukraine wheat exports down and global production issues. Meanwhile, cattle moving in the opposite direction after hitting record highs in September. Live cattle futures made new lows this week, and many of the feeder cattle future contracts hit new contract lows. February live cattle futures correcting $30 from the contract high set on September 19th, while January feeders broke nearly $60 from their high that was set on September 15th. Brad Kuma tells us fundamentals have not changed radically.
The one thing that is different is our average weights are higher.
Right.
And partly because of that, we've lost something that is critical to your ability to have any kind of power in the marketplace, and that word is leverage. We had it for a long time because we've done such a great job of being current.
He says increased numbers in the last two cattle on feed reports and some economic uncertainty caused the funds, which were near to record long in the cattle markets, to liquidate to nearly flat position. The last part of the sell-off in feeder futures may have also been tied to margin calls on short feeder puts tied to the LRP program. And more pork producers are losing their contracts. Smithfield Foods announcing it will end contracts with 26 hog farms in Utah. A statement from the world's largest pork processor cited an industry oversupply of pork, weaker consumer demand, and high feed price as challenges. It's estimated the number of Smithfield jobs impacted may be up to 1/3 of the 210 currently employed at Smithfield's Utah hog production operations. The company announcing in October it would be closing a pork processing plant in Charlotte, North Carolina. And earlier this year, you'll remember we reported that Smithfield was closing 35 sow farms in Putnam and Mercer counties in northern Missouri. It just confirms economists' fears that we're going to see more consolidation in the pork industry. For the second month in a row, farmers are more optimistic about the ag economy. That's according to the latest Ag Economy Barometer by Purdue University and the CME Group. The November survey of farmers says that the index climbed 5 points to 115. That's 12 points higher than a year ago as U.S. farmers report an improved perception of their farm's financial condition and future prospects. Helping push the index higher was the impression of current conditions, up 12 points over last month.
Farm Financial Performance Index this month was up 3 points compared to October and up 4 points compared to a year ago, but that still leaves that index 11 points lower than it was 2 years ago. When we asked farmers what their biggest concerns were for the upcoming year, they still point to high input costs as a top concern, but rising interest rates and lower crop and livestock prices are also increasingly sources of concern for farmers.
More farmers, or 16% of those surveyed, say now is a good time to make large capital investments. That pushed the capital investment index to 42 points. One reason more farmers say there is now higher dealer inventory. Mintert says that may be an indication that farm equipment price increases are starting to moderate. Well, the chair of the House Ag Committee, GT Thompson, says he's been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Thompson, a Republican from Pennsylvania, releasing this statement on social media. He says he was diagnosed following a routine physical and testing. The 64-year-old says he plans to continue representing the people of his district while tackling this head on. So far, it appears he's still running for re-election in 2024, adding that he appreciates prayers and privacy at this time. Thompson is currently stewarding work on a new farm bill. That's up for the news. A warm up and a cool down with more moisture on the way. We'll have a check of your weather next.
And this won't take you but a minute to do. Sign up for the Case IH Holiday Giveaway. Each lucky winner will get a Case IH prize pack full of great gifts. We'll announce the winners just before Christmas each day on Ag Day. Then the grand prize winner will be announced just before the holiday right here on U.S. Farm Report. And they'll win a special Farmall C pedal tractor just in time for Christmas. To enter, head to the website on your screen, caseihholidaygiveaway.com.